Hello everybody, Burko here with this week's pontification. Today's date, 1st of March 2026. And I talked last week about may you live in interesting times. Well, times I think have gone from being interesting to downright alles horribilis. And if you want to know what that means and who said it, look it up on Google. They'll tell you. Anyway, I digress. But today's subject is the speed of time, or our perception of the speed of time. Now, there may be many times in your life when you think that time has moved faster or slower, and you don't really know why, you just know it did. So I'm about to tell you why that is. That time, of course, moves at exactly the same speed, excuse me nose, but our perception seems to change. The reason is very simple. We have a brain which is basically a processor, and what it does is it takes information in from our various receptors, eyes, nose, ears, etc., and processes it. And the more information that the brain has to process, that means the brain has to work harder, faster, slows down time. And the less things that it has to process, in other words, if you do the same thing day in and day out, it's less for it to process, because what you need to remember is the brain only remembers what you do once. If you do it again, the brain does not remember it because it's already logged it. So when you look back over the year, then the brain just doesn't log it because it's already got it. So that's why sometimes a year can fly by in no time flat. And the people that happens to mostly are the elderly. Not this particular elderly, but most elderly. Why is that? Because they all do the same thing. They're on a routine. Okay? And that routine doesn't change. So 1 minute it's February, next minute it's September. Because they've done nothing different. They've had no visitors. Nothing's changed in their lives. So the brain has basically made life seem really fast. Time went really fast. But it's because the brain didn't have anything to do, or very little to do. Then you talk about a child, 5-year-old child. That 5-year-old child is always doing something different. Well, at least I always was. And so, because it was always different stuff being logged, then the brain was going very fast, and it took forever to be 5. I was 4.5 and 4 3/4 before I finally got to 5. Wow, how long is it going to take before I get to 6? You ask any child about that. I don't think adults talk to children enough. Anyway, I digress. Think about when you go on holiday, right? You've got a week's holiday, 2 weeks break. You've got a choice. You can go out there and you can do something that's fairly routine. Get up, go for breakfast, go down the beach, sit on a lounge, maybe go for a swim, come in, lunch, etc., etc. And you do everything the same the next day, and the next day, and the next day after that. What happens? The end of the 2 weeks go really fast, and you think, wow, holiday went really fast, and you've been looking forward to it all year. Now, here's another option. You pack in to your 2-week break lots of different things, doing something different. I don't mean going different places, seeing the insides of bus stations, railway stations, booking agents. If it's all the same, again, the brain only remembers it once. So what you have to do is lots of different things. Now, I'm going to tell you a story about when I had one of those experiences. I was in my brother's back garden, and my nephew and my brother and me and a couple of other people were playing cricket. My brother did a lazy toss to his son, my nephew, and he whacked that ball as hard as he possibly could. The only problem was I was vaguely standing off, and that ball was heading straight for my head. I didn't see it coming, but my ears heard it. And I even remembered afterwards hearing this whooshing sound. And my brain just said, Move your head. And I went, beep, and the ball went straight past me. So that was my brain dealing with crisis and slowing everything down. So when you're in crisis, time seems to slow down. When you're not in crisis, when you're bored, time seems to speed up. Those are the two things to remember. Okay? So that'll do for today. I hope you enjoyed my little pontification. Oh, now, I'm told I've got 73 subscribers. So thank you very much to my subscribers. So I say to my subscribers, and I think you'll know who I'm talking to, get off the couch, go do something different with someone different. Okay? See you again. Ta-da.